Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I do appreciate you guys coming and joining me today. Today I will be talking about Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. And this season on Marriage Boot Camp, they have who on there? They have, well, off top of my head, boom. They have Corrupt and his girlfriend, I believe. I don't think that's his baby mama or his wife or nothing like that. I think that's his girlfriend. So they have Corrupt the rapper and his girlfriend. They have Hazel E. I can't even do a deep enough eye roll on her. But they have Hazel E and her boyfriend who she trying to see if he's with her for clout or some shit like that. But I know they just had a baby, so maybe they figured that out. But Hazel E gives me very Gonzo vibes. Shit, man. This video is about they have Tahiry. I'll put them together. Tahiry and Vado, right? Vado the rapper, Tahiry the video vixen or whatever. She's Joe Budden's ex-girlfriend. That's how I know her, because they used to do, like, way before this reality shit became a thing. Him and her had an internet show that I used to watch, like, back in the fucking day. Back in the day. Like, maybe 2003, 2004. Like, it was the original Love and Hip Hop. Very toxic, but the original, but the original Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, but, yeah, so they, yeah, so this video is about Tahiry and Vado. Okay, so it's Tahiry and Vado. It's Willie from Day 26 and his wife Shonda, who he's been cheating on since we've known Willie, because they were on Love and Hip Hop as well in a previous season, and he was cheating on her then, and he's still cheating on her now. But that's married people business. Ain't none of my fucking business, because I'm not married people. Them, who else is on there? Phaedra and this dude. And Phaedra is pretty much trying to pull a bag from any fucking where, because you can tell this relationship is the fakest. I don't even know if these motherfuckers knew each other before they got in the house. Like, definitely just pulled the bag on nothing, right? I don't even believe that story. I'm not even invested in Phaedra and dude's story, because that's a whole bunch of nothing. That's a whole bunch of, please, Atlanta Housewives, call me back, because I ain't got shit else going on right now. I mean, she says she has all these businesses and she's so fabulous and all of this shit, but yeah. So anyway, the episode that I want to talk about is the episode that just aired last Thursday with Tahiry and Vado as like the main subject of the episode. Basically, okay, so, oh, wait, so I wanted to get back to, we will soon talk about Hazel E and her gonzo vibes that she gives me, and also the fact that she is one of the, like, light-skinned women who think that because you're light-skinned, like, you really look better than everybody. And I've had so many experiences with that it's just like, girl, you look like Miss Piggy. Like, it's really not cute. It's not a good look. It's not cute at all just because you light skin. Your facial features are still jacked. Like, no, you're not even, Hazel E, there's nothing that's cute about her. One. Two, they tried to give us this, well, basically, they was trying to tell us, I don't understand, like, why in the beginning of the show, she was saying she was drinking all this alcohol, and it's like, girl, you pregnant, and you can tell you're pregnant. Like, because when I spread, first of all, if you've ever gotten any type of work done on your body, in which I have, So if you get like a tummy tuck, in which you could tell Hazel E has as well, if you get like a tummy tuck, you go out like this, right? You get wide. You don't necessarily get bigger this way. You get wider this way. And that's how you can usually tell women who got tummy tucks. We'll be flat in the front, but our body starts to spread this way and our waist will spread out. So you'll just be like, I mean, you'll have all your butt and all that stuff too. But anyway, she got a big ass belly. And I'm like, why the fuck is her belly so big? Oh, she's pregnant. Duh. But then she was like, I was taking shots of Patron. I don't like her. I get horrible vibes from her. Okay, so anyway. So Tahiry and Vado. The story had already I was already just like, Tahiry, why would you be on this show? First of all, Tahiry, you're a liar. You're a liar. You are not with this man. Like, you could tell, like, the relationship is not, it's not a relationship. Maybe it's a situationship. Maybe they fucked. Maybe it was something like that, but it's not a relationship. Because you could tell they just trying to pull a story out of it. So when the episode came on Thursday, and well, on Wednesday, they had like this clip that came out from Marriage Bootcamp where Vado actually got up and either grabbed Tahiry, he must have grabbed her, or he shook her or something like that. And Marriage Bootcamp was playing this clip, like, you know, saying that domestic violence wasn't okay. They didn't know that it was going to happen, da-da-da-da, right? So, boom, go to Tahiry's page. And she makes a whole statement about being embarrassed, and since she's been in a relationship before where a man put his hands on her, she would have never set herself up for that or something like that. Okay, right? So I'm looking at how they set it up, and they only showed in the scene where he did jump up and like grab her. By no means do I think that domestic violence is okay. And that's why I wanted to do the video on Tahiry and Vado, because, you know, I could have did it on the other episodes too. And it actually didn't pique my interest. I have a vested interest in domestic violence because, of course, like a lot of us women, sadly, I have been there. I've been there with domestic violence or domestic abuse. I've been there with emotional abuse in a relationship. I've been there with financial abuse in a relationship. I've been through probably all of the abuses that you can go through in a fucking relationship, right? So what I learned from going through this abuse, because I'm the type of person who I take everything as a learning lesson. So what I've learned is that at some point, you attract a mirror of yourself. So the people you attract are basically a mirror of yourself, right? So when I attract new people into my life, because if we want to be honest with ourselves, and I could use Tahiry and Vado. Tahiry and Vado said they've known each other for years, and they were friends for years. So if you've been friends with a person, at one point you attracted this person into your life when you were a certain type of person, right? And if you've grown from that and they haven't grown, or if you've both grown together, then the relationship will change. But if neither one of you have grown and you're the same person, then you're still attracting or giving off that same energy to each other, and, you know, absorbing that same energy from each other. So I would wonder, like, why I was going through certain things in relationships with people, whether it would be a family member, mothers, sisters, daughters. I'd be wondering why I would be going through those same things with them. Like, okay, I think I'm growing, but if they're not growing at the same rate as you, then that person you attracted is in your life. Like, well, you can't help your family being in your life, right? Okay, so I'll just use my relationships as an example. In my lifetime, I had 3 major relationships. Y'all know what's so funny is that I don't even count, like, you know, when you lose your virginity in high school, I don't even count that as a relationship no more. Like, so that kind of that got kicked off of my my poll. But I had 3 major, if I ain't had kids with you, you don't count. So I had 3 major relationships in my life, right? And of course, I attracted my first child. My first child. I've never had a first child. I was blessed with twins when I was 19. So I've always had 2 children. So their dad, when I attracted him, I was still a broken ass little girl. We were still kids. We were kids, right? So any toxic traits that I had, period, from childhood, like, or from what I saw, I was going to bring it to that relationship naturally. Any toxic traits that he had, he was going to bring it to that relationship naturally because we were so young, and that's just what was going to happen, right? So, with that relationship, it was a lot of abuse in that relationship. On both ends, though. So, on my thing would be, because one, I'm not a fighter. I'm not aggressive. I'm not a fighter. I'm very passive aggressive. Like, so I could see why a nigga would be like, or I'm sorry. Why a man would be like, they want to smack the shit out of me or smack me in my mouth or something like that. I could see why they would say that. Not saying that they should do that, because everybody should keep their hands to themselves. Nobody should be touching anyone. But I'm saying I could see why they would want to say that. I have a very smart mouth. I could be very, and I'm very witty too. So the wordplay, oh, I got you all day. I have been in situations where I have is it demasculized? You know. I can make a man feel this small just by talking. You know what I'm saying? Not even calling him out his name. Not even doing none of that. The thing I would get most out of my relationships is like, you talk to me like I'm dumb. No, I don't. I just talk to you in a more intelligent way that I know can make you feel like you're dumb. And that would make them essentially being little boys, because they weren't men, because they had to put their hands on me. So that would make them put their hands on me. So anyway, me and my daughters, my twins, their dad would fight all the time. And eventually I used to just be like, I'm fighting back. I never even thought it was like abuse. I used to be like, I'm just fighting back. Like, we fighting. You know, and not until I got out of that relationship did I realize, like, bitch, you were being abused. Like, he was kicking your ass. You was going to the hospital. Like, you was getting your ass beat, right? Okay, so I realized I was really, really aggressive in nature in that relationship. The next relationship I went to, I felt like, which is my son's dad, he wasn't very, he didn't have a temper either. So both of us were very passive. But he would do things to get a rise out of me. So I would say things and he would do things. Like, so I might, like I said, I got a smart ass mouth. I'll say something to him. He'd be like, oh, okay. All right, cool. Boom. Going to cheat. Bitch, now. Get me back, bitch. Like, he would do stuff like that. So then that would make me angry. And that would make me like, and so we didn't have a physically abusive relationship. We had one incident. one incident which turned out to be very bad, but I wouldn't call him an abuser. Because we didn't have a physically abusive relationship. What I did learn from that relationship to my next relationship was, the next relationship, the guy was really aggressive, and this was a couple years ago. Guy was really, he was really aggressive in nature, just period. He was already aggressive. I think he was used to women who were aggressive. I knew that the next person I got with after I was out of the relationship with my son's father, I knew the next person that I got with, I wasn't fighting no more niggas. I'm not in my lifetime. I'm never fighting another man. Like, that's not happening. One, I'm not fighting no bitches either. I'm not fighting nobody. Like, I keep my hands to myself, so I figure everybody else should keep their hands to themselves too, right? So I made this very, like, clear to the last person I was with. I made it very clear to him that, like, we not finna do no physical violence. Actually, I had to make it clear after we had one physical altercation. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this shit like this, because I keep attracting this type of person. There's something about me that keeps attracting this type of person, right? So I could be accountable in that way and realize that was me. Getting back to Tahiry and Vado, Tahiry is very aggressive, right? In which it's safe to say, no, it's not cool for a man to touch a woman. What's also not cool is for a woman to throw 3 apples in a man's face with all her might and not expect him to react to that. Like, everybody just don't have that willpower just to sit their ass back and let you fuck them up. They don't. And so for him to sit there and let her do that in front of a whole group of men and other women, in front of a whole group of people, like, spaz out, like, girl, one, you too old. You need to keep your hands to yourself as well. And I don't like when people do that. Like, I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I don't like when people, just because you're a woman, this is free game. Oh, yeah, but he should have known. No, all of them don't know because, one, most of these niggas was raised by some pussy-ass bitches. Like, so they don't know. They don't. And if you're an aggressive female like that, if you're an aggressive woman and you are putting your hands on a man, I think you're asking for a fight. And that's why I keep my fucking hands to myself, because I don't want to get punched. I keep my hands to myself when it comes to women too, because I don't want to get punched. Like, I feel like the energy you give out is the energy you receive. And I'm going to always feel that way. Do I think he should have put his hands on her? Absolutely not. Will I blame any of the other men in the room for not saying anything to him? Absolutely not either. Because you just have to realize, like, the shit is touchy. And y'all know in y'all personal lives that shit is touchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that personally, y'all know that shit is touchy. Like, I've been in situations where I have somebody really, really close to me who was in a domestic violence situation and was always fighting with her man. And the minute I say something, I'm wrong. Or she goes back to him, and now I'm looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to read these cards on Tahiry and Vado. I know it took me a long time to get there, but everybody, please keep your hands to yourself, okay? Everybody keep your hands to yourself. It's not cool. Domestic violence is not cool. And a nigga don't love you if he whooping your ass. That's not love, baby girl. It's not love. Please go listen to Love is Blind by Eve. Very throwback, very old school. But you probably need to listen to that song. A nigga does not love. That's not cute. It's not cute. Which brings me to Drea Michelle when she said that shit about she want a man to love her that much that he want to shoot her to not leave, or some shit that she said about Megan getting shot from Tory Lanez. That shit's not love. That shit is toxic. That's not love at all. For anybody to want to control you that much, for you to want to control anybody that much, where you feel like you have to put if you got to put your hands on somebody to keep them with you, you probably should go lock yourself in a room and be forced to sit in the mirror and stare at your own self for months on end until you learn how to love your fucking self, okay? It's called codependency. It's called, it's not right, y'all. It's not right. A nigga don't love you if he beating your ass. He don't. He don't. No. Does any woman really want a man that's a pushover? No, we don't want a pushover. I absolutely don't want you to touch me, though. Don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me. Like, it's cute when you aggressive and shit. Matter of fact, I don't want a nigga that's fighting. I just don't. I don't want that energy. I've never been that type of person, though. Like, that shit's not cute to me. Like, it's not cute. I don't like violence at all. I grew up in a violent household, and I don't like the shit. I don't like the shit. I don't like to see the shit. But anyway, so. Anyway, spirit guides, ancestors, universe. So, can we, let's discuss Tahiry and Vado. Can you tell me what the situation is surrounding Tahiry and Vado? Are they currently in a, well, not currently, I guess they're not together anymore, but were they ever in a real relationship? What was the situation regarding Tahiry and Vado? What was their situation? Whoop, whoop, pull over that ass too fast. Why the fuck am I singing, Trina? All right. Okay. Well, okay, so from the cards that I pulled, which I got the 6 of clubs, the 5 of hearts, and the 9 of hearts, which pretty much is saying that with this 9 of hearts and this 6 of clubs here, it's saying that Tahiry and Vado had some type of karmic debt they had to pay from the past with each other. So it could have been a past life relationship. And they probably always had a thing for each other. But they never, like, you know how you kind of flirting with somebody for a very long time and y'all never, like, really get together, never really do nothing. It looks, from, I promise, intuitively, what I get from this card is that Tahiry and Vado probably fucked around. They probably in the past fucked around with each other and secretly fucked around with each other. And not even like past life type shit. Like in this lifetime, they probably fucked around with each other secretly. Either he cheated on one of his bitches with her, or she cheated on her man with him, or both, vice versa, whatever the fuck had happened. With this 5 of hearts here, which is the 5, and it has, oh, which is the 5, stupid. It, to me, I always see this as like the card of secrets. Of like secret affairs. Because this card also, yeah, I read this card as the card of secret affairs. Like, they had, I'm gonna pull some more. I'm pulling some clarifiers, but I feel like this is just intuitively without me pulling these clarifiers. I feel like they secretly had, yeah, they secretly had a thing for each other or something like that. Somebody cheated on somebody though, and it was a secret. So then the opportunity, I think the opportunity came for them to make this money doing the show, and it was just an easier way for them to, they wanted to explore the relationship. They did want to explore the relationship, or the friendship, or whatever the hell they had. And it was an easier way for them to come out, if that makes sense. Like, so they cheated in the past, but this would have, to them, somehow reconciled that, or it would have justified it, or like, yeah, we didn't do it in the past, but we doing it now. That type of shit. And that's why it ended up ending. Like, it was, no. No. It was, yeah, no. Yeah and no. And so we have the Queen of Diamonds here. And the Queen usually represents a person in the situation. So the Queen of Diamonds would be Tahiry, who is, I could see this being Tahiry. This is definitely coming up as Tahiry, the Queen of Diamonds, the Nine of Clubs, and the King of Hearts. Wow. So what this is saying to me is that Tahiry, first of all, it's showing that Tahiry be doing it for the bag. She's about her money. She's very she's always trying to promote herself. Like, because, well, I mean, you know, that's her business. Her body is her business. She's always trying to promote herself, always trying to get some money from it, from promoting herself. And so she wanted to see what this, like, how much they could capitalize off of this marriage boot camp shit. There's a King of Hearts here. This shit crazy, right? There's a King of Hearts. There's a Queen of Diamonds. Vado really did like Tahiry. He liked her. He probably liked her for a really long time. Like, they were friends. They were friends, and he really liked her. He did like her. But let's see. Yeah, so basically, so we got the Ace of Diamonds, the Nine of Diamonds, and the Six of Diamonds. So this was a money grab for Tahiry, for sure. It was a money grab. The Ace of Diamonds being a desire for, she felt like this, wow, that's crazy. The Ace of Diamonds is the card of desire for love and money, right? And she felt like this opportunity was going to bring her a nice little bag. She really felt like this was going to bring her, she thought that this show would create more opportunity for her and bring her a better bag. But it ended up, with this Nine of Diamonds being here, it ended up not turning out how she thought it was going to turn out. Because with the situation with her and Vado, with the domestic violence situation that came up, she didn't expect that to come up. She she thought this was gonna be a really easy money grab, and it turned out not being an easy money grab for her. Yeah, the Six of Diamonds. It's the card of financial responsibility. So now she's going to have to be very responsible with her finances, because she counted on this to create more opportunity, but because the situation backfired on her, it's not going to create the opportunity that she thought it was. So she probably thought by going on this show with him that this was going to open up some more doors for more reality TV, or for more opportunities for her to be on TV. But it actually turned out making her look bad. So that's all I got. Ain't got no more. That was actually a really, really good reading, because it did confirm everything that I thought. It confirmed it. All the cards fucking confirmed it. Vado really liked her. He did. He probably liked her for a really long time. I don't know if he was... interesting that he's coming up like as the King of Hearts. Yeah. They situation, it was basically, that's what it was. They had a situationship, and it was a situationship. It was supposed to be for a bag, and it was supposed to be for Tahiry to get more opportunities. She thought this would help her career, and it didn't. So, boop. See y'all later. Bye.